It is Sunday, June 21st already, 2020, and this is an impromptu and very important happy Father's Day to all of you amazing dads out there. Come on, say hello to me, join me live if you catch that I'm here, 3:33, and 3 is my favorite number, so how appropriate, 3:33. On this Sunday afternoon, I want to acknowledge and honor all of the incredible fathers, godfathers, grandfathers, stepfathers, men who play an important role as father figures for so many of us out there. So come on, again, say hello. Sunday afternoon, I am coming to you from South Florida. We are starting to get the afternoon thunderstorms now that summer started yesterday officially, and getting the afternoon thunderstorms and rain showers. How are you all doing? I came here last on my June 3rd birthday, 51, with some reflections. It's been a couple weeks again. Time is flying by, and the only thing that is constant is change. Things continue to ever change. And so I want to talk today about the role of father for men out there of all colors, creeds, religion, etc. First and foremost, I get to honor and acknowledge and thank my father, the big Jimbo Sambatero. We had a great conversation this morning. His brother, my godfather, amazing man, Dr. Gene Sambatero, who is like another father, friend, and confidant to me. And also the father of my 3 amazing children, Nick Lizio. And we have been parenting for 19 years, almost 19 years now, and that's been in a shared custody co-parenting arrangement for 10 years. And I am super grateful for his consistency, for your consistency, Nick, and co-parenting together. And, parenting, becoming a mother or father doesn't come with a guide and or a manual to tell us. It's like on-the-job training, right, for all of you parents out there and all of you fathers. So thank you. Thank you to my father. Thank you to my godfather. Thank you to the father of my kids. Thank you. I'm super grateful for the role that you have played for me and the way you have supported me in different ways. Both of my grandfathers also, which have passed on many years ago, I was blessed to know them into my 20s and 30s. My grandfather's big influence also on me, 2 amazing men, on both my mother's father and my father's father. So lucky me for sure. So how are you all doing with this as things start to open up around the country on this Father's Day, but not post, we're still in this pandemic, it's ongoing, and you're probably hearing that, in Florida, the numbers are going up with COVID-19 positive results. That's because, before Memorial Day, our beaches opened up, and we do have a lot of outdoor dining and the possibility of outdoor activities here with the weather, with the beaches. And so people are getting out more social. My kids are all out and about now with their friends. They've done with the online schooling and finished the year. So they're getting together with friends and feeling alive again. I've just started to get out the past couple of weeks myself. Wearing the mask in public places. I am not walking around outside in the open air, honestly, with a mask. I see people doing that. I am not doing that, but I am being safe and careful in the public places. So it's great. It's great to get out. It's great to see people again. And I'm praying for everyone to stay safe and healthy with the political climate we're in and all of the challenges that we are faced with right now. So I wanted to connect with you. And I was doing some research today. You've heard me talk about that I coach a curriculum called The Successful Male. And so in particular, in addition to all of my amazing female friends, you warriors, you goddesses, you queens that you be, I love all of you, the lady tribe. I am very passionate about supporting men. I've worked predominantly with men in different industries, and I feel that men are not getting the support that they need. And a lot of what we're seeing, most of you, I think, will agree of what we see that is going on, and a lot of the conflict and pain and suffering we see going on has to do with men, and as the struggles and the challenges and the dynamics that are going on, and the roles that men play in society and in the world today. And in doing some different research about fathers, men and men as fathers, I want to share with you. I normally I'm free flowing like this. I come on, I say hello for when I feel called to come connect with you. I've done my Tina Talks, hashtag Tina Talk, and you can scroll back. They're all public and see different distinctions I've spoken about, personal development or leadership conversations. But today I want to talk about the importance of the role of father in families, all families, the importance of role of father in families. And so what's up, my sis? Thank you for coming on, Laura. So the first and foremost, I want to talk about the fact that some of the statistics. So in 1960, there were only 10% of households that did not have a father present in the household. That number today is over 40%. We probably heard the statistic that more than 50% of marriages end up in divorce. Many people may get divorced after their children are grown, or couples getting divorced that didn't have children. But over 40% with children still under the age of 18 are growing up in single family, single mother households without the father in it. It's really staggering, actually. And in particular, the millennial generation, half of the millennials that are having children are having them alone, often by choice, intentionally choosing to be single mothers. This is much greater than the generations before, including Generation X. And so the mindset today, the trend is that, you don't need a dad, you don't need a man to, have a child and raise a child together. You can, do it on your own. And yes, that's true. You can. And the importance of, I think, a father or a male figure, even if he's not in the household or you're not married, but in children's lives, is being overlooked. Again, I come from a divorced family. My parents, I was 6 when my parents got divorced. Younger siblings. My children were young, 9, 7, and 5, when my ex and I got divorced. And so, but I believe that the success is a result of the father's presence in children's lives, presence in our children's lives. So also, so we've got millennials. It's this trend. It's this that we don't need men. They're good as like sperm donors, and like that's it. And then women have control because we're the ones that bring children into the world. So that's causing some issues to take a look at. Children with fathers inside the home are less likely to live in poverty. The statistics, when you look at the overall population of poverty, it's like 44% of kids that are in poverty are living in a single family home with just the mom, and as opposed to like 13 or 14% when there is a father in the household. So again, single family, much more likely kids are going to grow up in poverty. Children are seen to do better in school when a father is present. So they're doing better in school. They have the balance of mom and dad, to support in getting A's and good marks in school. Kids with fathers in the household are less likely to do jail time. They've done research on inmates and shown that about 40% of the inmates grew up in like a single family household with just mom. Pretty high statistic, actually, and the statistic is even higher for women. So of the women that are inmates that didn't have a father figure, it's even higher than 50% grew up in a single family home. Teen sex, a father who is present in the household, kids are less likely to become sexually active at a younger age. The father's influence in the house and role in the children's lives inside the house or part of the family dynamic versus being absent makes a difference in kids becoming sexually active, too early. Obesity. So in health and wellness, statistics have shown that it is the father, often overall the father's health and wellness, which will be an example of the overall weight and health and fitness of the kids, is the influence of the father more so than the mother, interestingly enough. There more roughhousing takes place. When you have a dads are in the house or dads are present in a shared custody arrangement with kids, fathers are more likely to roughhouse it. And it's just true. And there are a lot of benefits to that. Actually, they show studies that kids actually are more resilient. They're more socially adept when they have a father who's in the house, who's more playful and rough and tumble and that kind of thing. The dad's more likely to be the one throwing the kids up in the air and catching them than mom, and throwing them up in the swimming pool or getting outside and playing sports. Mom's inside cleaning and cooking, and dad's outside, playing with the kids. A larger vocabulary, a more expansive vocabulary. So this is an interesting statistics. They say, typically women are more verbal communicators, better verbal communicators than men. And yet at the same time, kids are used to hearing mom speaking more than men. More than their dads, because dads, if they're either not present or they're outside of the house working more and mom is home, they hear the common words and phrases mom says. So when they're also hearing the distinct and unique language of dad, it gives them a broader, wider range of like vocabulary and learning with dad present. Healthy risk taking. So single moms are much more, they're caring about security and safety and less likely to allow their kids to go out and being helicopter moms. You've heard the term helicopter mom. They're not saying helicopter dad, helicopter mom, wanting to control and oversee everything, especially, alone in the household. And a father would be more likely to encourage kids to speak to strangers or face challenges or, think about things on their own, not tell them what to do, but actually support them in figuring it out for themselves than moms who want to handle and take care of everything. Less anxiety. There is that protector, that provider that's from years and years and years that goes way back. The hunters and the gatherers. The men are the hunters and the providers, and the women's are the gatherers and, holding down the fort and managing things. And so there is an element of protection when kids know that even if dad isn't in the household, that he is there, that he's present in their life. And last, also, it talked about a sense of humor, a great sense of humor. Not that, women aren't funny. It's just a lot of times men don't take certain things in life as seriously. So when it comes to kids, that's why they do the roughhousing. That there is a greater sense of enjoyment during vacation time. It actually, studies have shown where they have, done research with kids, and they've enjoyed their time on vacations more when dad has been present. And when they get to go outside and play with dad, and dad's more sort of lighthearted and easygoing and cracking jokes, where, mom is more serious, typically, than dad. And so that humor and that lightheartedness creates more joy. So important role that the father plays in family today. And a lot of the breakdown, I believe, that we are seeing across the country, and could be said in many parts of the world, but in particular in the country right now, is the family dynamics, which impact the economic dynamics for families and the struggles and challenges. And so there are a lot of issues to address there. I want to, again, acknowledge the importance of the fathers, all of you amazing dads out there, for your presence, not what you provide and what you give and what you pay for, but your presence in being connected to your kids. My father and my connection with him was the greatest gift. Him being present and always being there when I needed is the greatest gift of all. And again, the consistency and presence of my children being also the priority. My kid's father, my children are his priority, and as they are mine, and having that shared common ground, even though we haven't lived in the same house for 10 years. I believe that my kids know for certain we're on the same page. We love you, and we share in that common goal and that common vision for what we want for them. So I get that it is possible to nowadays for women to have kids on their own, and there is absolutely a role. I have many friends who their partners are incredible father figures. There's a lot of amazing stepfathers out there. Again, a lot of men I know have been great role models, father figures to me out there. I am blessed. And so I want to, again, this is to acknowledge and honor all of the fathers out there today. And all of you ladies out there, if anyone is here watching this, okay, you're a human being. That means you have a father, whether your father is passed on or your father wasn't a significant role in your life, or maybe you're estranged from your father, or you are super, super lucky like I am to have your father in your life, understanding the role that our mothers and fathers play in our life and who we are is so, so important. And that's why am so passionate about personal development, digging deep, looking within ourselves. Who are we? Where do we come from? And transformation that we can shift anytime. We can choose another narrative, another story, and in our life for different possibilities, by looking at what our belief systems around the role of father, the role of mother and father. But today is about honor thy father. I love all of you. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you soon. Ciao for now.